We sent the apple of our eye, Amber Milt, to upstate New York to learn more about the apple industry.
That's right. These beauties right here were developed in the Empire State and grown by dedicated farmers.
And here's Amber with more.
I'm here at beautiful Hurd Orchards in Holly, New York, and they're just one of 145 growers and family farms in New York State who comprise crunch time apple growers. Now, these farmers are dedicated to producing the freshest, most responsibly grown apples in the country. In my opinion, some of the most delicious, combining sustainability with legacy. Amy and Sue, thank you so much for having me at these beautiful orchards today.
Thank you for coming.
This is a family-owned business. How long has this orchard been in your family?
Well, our family came here as pioneers in the early 1800s, so actually it's 200 years that our farms have been in our family. My mom's the 6th generation on our farm, and I'm the 7th, and my daughter Amelia is the 8th. But my mother and I have been in partnership since 1985, so a really long time.
So Joel, you're on the board of directors for Crunch Time Apple Growers. Tell us a little bit about the history of the co-op.
I think it all starts with Cornell University. And Cornell has been a backbone of the New York apple industry for a long time. They've helped us develop really high quality apples to bring to market, whether it's storage regimen or the actual growing practices. And they also have a world-class breeding program. And this breeding program was due to release a couple new apple varieties, and New York apple growers got together and they said, we need to have a way to bring these 2 new varieties to market. We got together and formed a cooperative called Crunch Time Apple Growers.
The 2 varieties, SnapDragon and RubyFrost, were created by Dr. Susan Brown of Cornell University to provide an apple that was easier to grow for farmers, thus delivering a better return on their crop. They were not engineered, but rather developed by grafting tree root as they did hundreds of years ago by hand.
My apples are a combination of genes from the 2 parents, like what happened in nature, but what's different as an apple breeder is I can make 3,000 children and then select the best one. We don't have that, the ability to do that in humans. So it's a very natural process, and it allows us to follow the genes just like in humans. I can look at genes that the grandparents hold or the parents hold. And so in making SnapDragon, we took Honeycrisp as one parent, and we took a parent that we knew would give good quality. And I wanted to reduce the disorders, and I wanted to create an apple that had a little bit more of apple flavor.
SnapDragon apples are called the apple with the monster crunch. They're super juicy and perfect for fresh eating. Very sweet with a hint of spice. RubyFrost apples are picked fresh in the fall and ripen in cold storage. Winter fresh, they have a very firm texture and are slow to brown and high in vitamin C.
It is the Cinderella apple. You know, it's a perfect, when you think of the perfect apple. Red, red, red all around, hard, 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 crunchy, crunchy, wonderful flavor.
So Brett, as a grower, you spend so much time, money, effort. I bet there's a lot of love that go into these apples. Why are these varieties ones that you want to choose and grow?
It's an investment in our future for the farm there. They have a different flavor about them, a unique profile to them that just I fell in love with.
I know your family has been farming here in New York since the 1800s.
My grandfather just turned 100 years old in December, and they taught me a lot about what I do, about the passion of what I do, the love of it. To turn the same soil that they turned over 100 years ago, it just instills a sense of pride and love for what I do in there. And I want my kids to have that, the next generation of that pride. My son just is going to turn 2 years old in June. He already spends his days in the summertime out in the orchards with me, looking at the apples and the trees and taking care of them. We have the benefit of having large bodies of water and a little bit of cooler climate here. Come harvest there, our sunlight in New York is perfect for coloring these apples up and giving them that nice red color to it.
As a direct marketer of apples, you're involved in the shipping. Tell us about that process.
I work with growers in the field, and I work to make sure that we harvest apples in an optimal time for quality and flavor. From there, they go to cold storage, And in cold storage, we put them at temperatures that keep them fresh for when we pack. And out of the cold storage, we pack them. So we inspect the apples, we wash the apples, we grade the apples, and then we package them for the grocery stores.
Let's talk a little bit about organic farming, right? There's been such a push for buying organic. Do you think that that's important?
Well, like I said, my sister and I are fifth-generation farmers. We've been farming for that long on the same exact property, and we are real caretakers of that land. And there is nobody that is more passionate about keeping that land prosperous than we are. We invest a lot of time and money and resources into learning the best way and the most environmentally friendly way to grow apples that we possibly can. My whole family lives around and in the middle of our orchard, and I don't have any hesitation living there and surviving there and growing this fruit, because I think that everybody should just eat more apples.
And what is one of the things that you hope to pass down to your children about this whole experience, this lifestyle that you've gotten to live?
There's so many things, actually. You know, I just think it's great to be able to connect to your roots, both literally and figuratively, and be able to get your hands dirty and really get to see the fruits of your labor. I mean, from planting a tree to taking care of it for years before it even produces apples is amazing. And then watching the produced apples and pack it and ship it and then see it in a store or on TV. I mean, that's so cool. So I just love the whole process and really want it to continue, and hopefully for many, many more generations.
Well, I've had so much fun today learning about both the RubyFrost and SnapDragon. I don't know which one is my favorite. Well, that's pretty good.
SnapDragon or RubyFrost? I don't know.
Well, let's just say they're both equally sweet, but if I had to pick one, I'm dressed like a dragon, right? So I'm going to say
You were going
SnapDragon.
with Dragon. I'll go with RubyFrost.
And if you want to learn more, go to crunchtimeapplegrowers.com, snapdragonapple.com, or the one she chose, rubyfrostapple.com.
And there's always much more information on our website, thebalancingact.com. These are some good-looking apples.
They're
I'll
good
tell
no
you
matter
that.
what. They're all great.
All great.
Fantastic.